صلاة الله سلام الله على طه رسول الله صلاة الله سلام الله على ياسين حبيب الله على ياسين حبيب الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء وإمام المرسلين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: رب صائم ليس له من صيام إلا الجوع، وقائم ليس له من قيام إلا السهر. رواه ابن ماجه. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم للأعرابي الذي تعجل في صلاته: ارجع فصل فإنك لم تصلي. رواه Imam Bukhari. In this narration, our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam teach us the awareness of our ibadah. The first one, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam alert us that a person might be in a state of fasting, but in the same time he hunger himself. And the reason for that is that person that hunger himself or herself or themselves is because they don't fast within accordance as the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And similar, a person might perform tahajjud salah or night salah, salatul layl, but it is but only being up at night time instead of sleeping. And that is also whereby Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam alert us, when we perform any form of ibadat, we should do it to the best of our ability. Now, when we fast, we can stay away from food and drink and our halal wives. But that is just the formula of the fast, or the physical part of the fasting. But the fast indeed have the spiritual part also, which is more important. Imam Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi very beautifully explained to us, and he divide fasting into three sections. He make mention, he said, as-sawmu thalathu darajat. There are three different sections or levels of fasting. The first one, sawmul umum, that is the general fasting by abstaining from food, drink and halal wives. And then there is sawmul khusus. There is a higher standard, a higher category of fasting, and that is abstaining from food, drink and halal wives, and then also abstaining from whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made haram. Whatever is haram, the fasting person with immediate effect abstain from that. Now this hadith referred to that point, Rubba sa'imin laysa lahu min siyami illa al-ju'. The person might abstain from food and drink and from his halal wife, but in the same time he make ghibat, he lies, he's speaking ill of other people and many other things. Or he might hurt someone's feelings. So when we are fasting, it's very important. In fact, it is part of the fasting that we should abstain from whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made haram unto us. So when we put the two together, abstaining from halal food and drink and halal wives, and also we abstain from whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made haram unto us, the two together give us now a balance in our fasting. But we want to go a step further because we want to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We want to achieve and obtain that taqwa, that piety through our fast. Therefore, Imam Ghazali further say, the third part of fasting is Sawmul Khususil Khusus. Now, Sawmul Khususil Khusus is when the person abstain from what we mentioned early on, food, drink and halal wives, and also from whatever is prohibited. And that person with his heart and soul, then his entire mind and heart and soul thinks only about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In other words, he is fasting now with his fikr. He's pondering with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the heart and in the mind. So nothing is important to that person but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that will take him right through the day as well as through the night of the months of Ramadan. And like that he will fast throughout the entire month. And when the month of Ramadan is finished, then only the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remain in his heart and soul and mind. In other words, if he speaks only about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If he thinks only about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And whatever he do, it is only and solely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that will give us the three different categories of fasting. So when we fast, we ask the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us and assist us to do our fast to the best of our ability. The second hadith is where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught this Bedouin, he was performing salah. When he finished his salah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, "Irji' fa innaka lam tusalli." Oh my beloved, please go back and perform your salah. So this Bedouin, he said, "Ya Rasulullah, but I performed my salah." And the Prophet ﷺ told him, "No, you did perform your salah, but your salah was not accepted. It was not complete. It wasn't right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do not accept a person's salah which is done hastily." In other words, it wasn't performed within the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent this person back to perform his salah and do it correctly, similarly, it is for any other type of ibadah. The person might think, I fast or I made salah or whatever, give zakah, but if it's not done solely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if it's not done correctly, then unfortunately there will be no thawab. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the tawfiq and hidayah, inshallah. Walhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Okay. Okay.
Salatullah, salamullah, ala taha rasulillah. Salatullah, salamullah, ala yasin Habibillah, ala Yasin Habibillah.